For all of you, it'll never happen in my state folks out there, I direct you to Virginia. Virginia was once a deeply red state and one of the most pro-gun states in the country, and overnight is now a blue state and on the verge of becoming one of the most anti-gun states in the country. I'm no Crip or Blood political gangbanger, so I'm not here to tell you that the Republicans are our political lord and saviors. But I am here to tell you that Democrats have once again proven themselves to be anti-Second Amendment, and I cannot support any party that is anti any constitutional right, especially one of the most important, if not the most important right. Here's the kicker. Want to know who the largest outside spender in the elections were to make this flip happen? You guessed it, one of the largest anti-gun groups in the country, Everytown for Gun Safety. They spent $2.5 million in this election. But here's the crazier thing. Guess who funds Everytown for Gun Safety? The political megalomaniac himself, billionaire, and to me, the most anti-gun person on the planet, Michael Stop and Frisk All the Black People Bloomberg. And now, the same anti-2A megalomaniac is running to be the president. This man by himself outspent every gun rights organization in the country. I can call Bloomberg all the names in the world, but make no mistake, this man is not playing around, and he has the means to do and get exactly what he wants. And Virginia is a prime example of what he wants. Right now, Virginia is facing SB16, a bill that is more restrictive than states with the most strict gun control laws currently. SB16 doesn't ban assault rifles. No, that's not broad enough. It seeks to ban assault firearms and magazines over 10 rounds. And in typical fashion, they make up a definition of assault firearm that includes essentially every modern semi-automatic rifle and shotgun, along with any pistol that weighs over 50 ounces unloaded. To make matters worse, it includes a catch-all phrase in the definition banning any characteristic of like kind. What does that even mean? I can tell you what it means. It means you have to guess whether or not a part on your rifle meets the definition of assault firearm and hope you don't go to jail for guessing wrong. Oh, and I almost forgot. There's not a grandfather clause. That means whatever gun you owned before the law is put into place, you have to give it up or go to jail. I believe they call that a gun confiscation. Oh, and there's more. There's SB18, which makes it a felony to purchase a firearm unless you're over 21. Not 21, but over 21. That would mean in the state of Virginia, you can vote, go to the military, get married, serve on a jury, but you can't own a gun to protect your life and your family. SB 18 also makes it a felony to allow anyone under 18 to be in possession of a firearm by themselves. I haven't even gotten to SB 64 yet. The only thing softer than the language in SB 64 is Tyrese crying on social media. The language in SB 64 is soft. Anyone taking a training class and then subsequently showing up to a 2A rally or demonstration with a gun on them can be found guilty, along with the trainer and the owner of the range where the training took place. It's like the RICO laws for gun owners. Essentially, you can be charged with unlawful paramilitary activity, which is a felony, if you train or train with someone knowing or having reason to know they're going to use that training in furtherance of civil disorder. Also, if you assemble with one or more people with the intent of intimidating any person or group of persons by drilling, parading, or marching with any firearm. I don't know about you, but that sounds like not only attack on the Second, but the First Amendment. So bye-bye to open carry demonstrations and peaceful protests, because simply having a gun on you is considered intimidating to most anti-gunners. You want to peacefully counter-protest another protest, but want to carry a gun for protection? Can't do it because it'll be seen as you wanting to intimidate. Imagine that in 2019, carrying a gun for protection while exercising your First Amendment rights will now be considered a form of intimidation. I'm telling you, the days of feeling like you don't need to vote because you're in a traditionally pro-gun state are over. Anti-gun Democrats are fleeing traditionally anti-gun states like California and moving to places like Virginia and Texas in droves. And for whatever ridiculous reason, they're voting for the same type of politicians that were responsible for them leaving their previous state in the first place. I will never understand this. You leave one state because of the terrible policies only to go to another state and vote the same way, expecting a different result. But that's exactly what a lot of these people do. On top of that, you have people migrating from countries with oppressive or corrupt governments where they had less freedom, but then come to America where we have more freedom, but then vote for politicians here in America who are trying to mimic the same oppressive policies they ran from in their previous country. I just don't get it. Either way, the complacency in the gun community has got to stop. We're not even playing defense anymore. We're just losing. We look up every election season like, oh crap, where did our rights go? They're going the way of the dodo bird because we think it's enough to just call the other side stupid and sit back in our pro 2A state house of cards. Enough is enough. We have to stop doing this to ourselves. Enough with the infighting and this who's the purest 2A patriot BS. We are all on the same side. Want to give money to the NRA? Give money to the NRA. Want to give money to GOA, FPC, NAGA? I don't care. They're all fighting the same fight because I promise, while we're infighting, Bloomberg and gang are hitting us from all sides in the mainstream media, social media, politically, culturally, on the state level, the federal level, financially, you name it. They are kicking our ass. I said it in a live the other day that, you know what, maybe we are winning the cultural war for the Second Amendment. But I take that back. We are not, because we're distracted. Yes, as 2A supporters, our job is harder. All they have to do is throw money around and misinform the masses, where we have to educate people, fight political battles, find ways around social media and mainstream media blackballing, hold so-called pro-gun politicians accountable, and give your hard-earned money to gun rights organizations that are having to deal with the same BS as we are. But no one said protecting freedom would be easy. It's hard. It sucks. It's a thankless job. And by and large, people are going to think you're weird. But it has to be done. It just is what it is. We're better than this. We don't have the privilege of resting. There's no coasting or vacations. Whether you're politicking, making videos, holding rallies, training people, educating people, to me, it's all advocacy. And in this fight for our freedom, we need all hands on deck. Because make no mistake, I don't care what state you live in. It can happen in your state. Hell, Texas almost voted for Beto, and he bragged about wanting to take people's guns. Right now, there's a culture war against the Second Amendment, which is why I need your help spreading our message to counter their message. You can do this by leaving a comment, sharing this video, and click the bell and subscribe button. Let my voice be your voice, and let them know you want to keep America tactical. Because the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed wasn't a suggestion, it was a directive. Also, if you're wondering where to get your I will not comply, I lost all of my guns in a boating accident, the AR-15 is protected by the Second Amendment, and your state-specific Keep America Tactical shirts, click the links in the description section of this video.